Taking the props off is necessary, of course, but that's a minor thing when they're self-tightening. But when you got self-tightening props, figuring out the right way to loosen them and tighten them is half the battle, and then they go in here. Once they're in there, everything fits in here pretty well. You got to kind of finagle things around to get the arms of the drone down inside these orange pieces, right? Because these fit in with Velcro. But once it's in there, then there's a little elastic strap to come across to kind of secure it. This case is nice because it holds a lot of stuff that would otherwise be flopping all over the place. And then I put a little plastic case in here with tools. It fits down in there nicely. I keep the gimbal to the top of the bag. Battery down is the way I think it should go. But this fits all the batteries nicely. So I got 5 in total, so I keep 1 in unit, and I got number 2 in it right now, and this is 1, 3, 4, and 5. I got a charger for the battery in there. Now I have a second charger, and there's still lots of room in the bag to put it. There's an area in the top here that works well for some things, including probably another charger, but right now I've got a homemade sunshade that goes on this. It fits in there nicely. The monitor, when I take it apart, goes in the one side here. They all fit in there. The left, the right, the top, and then there's also a spare monitor battery in there. And if I just move the battery out of the way, the monitor fits right in against the sunshade, and the antenna even folds down. So you don't have to be screwing these on and off all the time. And then over here, the remote sticks in, right? The sticks on the controls on the remote are in. They fit in there okay. And actually, this is a charger for battery, another spare. And like I said earlier, it'll go right in here like that. All my other chargers are in here because there's a charger for the battery on the controller. There's the charger that I just put away and another one in there for the batteries. There's also another charger that charges the batteries on the receiver monitor. It's in this bag right now with this unit here. And this could stand to be a little deeper, I thought. It's only about, an 1.5 inches. If this was more like a good 2 inches of depth in this clamshell, I think it'd be a lot more handy, but even now I still get a pair of binoculars in there if I need it. These accessory straps ideally need to be down further, because when this is on your back now and you try to take one of these off or even put one back on, like you take the GPS off of there to use it, and then you try to get it back on me anyway, these straps are way up at the top of my shoulder, and they're really hard to get a device back on there because you can't see them. The carry handle I've told Ian about needs to be thicker. It needs to have a grip, like a rubber grip or whatever on that. That'll cut your hand, that'll get sore after a while. I hope they improve on that. Stuff on the sides, they're handy. That's a battery envelope. I haven't had much use for these accessory straps. These are elastic. I suppose, I don't know what I'd even put in those right now. As we just saw for launching, the backside does work good once you got your stuff out and it's sitting like this. That could stand to be a little stiffer in there. The distance between the shoulder straps for me, but it's because I'm a big guy with big shoulders and stuff, but this is a little narrow. If this was opened up about another inch, I think it'd be more comfortable. And subsequently, I think these would be easier to get at if this was opened up where they mount on top of the pack. But other than that, the waistband is good. That's definitely a good thing. Just keeps it from moving around and makes it overall more comfortable to wear. The zipper pulls I love. I don't know, I've never seen those zipper pulls before, but they work really well for me. The finger goes in quick and you can get them open and closed. The overall experience with this bag is fantastic. To be able to get in and out of places that the big hard plastic case would never allow you to do. Who wants to lug that big plastic case anywhere remote? This thing
All my equipment goes in it. It goes on my back. I can mountain bike with it. I can hike with it. I can motorcycle with it. I've tried all those different realms and it worked great. A few little things that I've already mentioned I'm not going to get into, but just the simple ability to take that drone unit and the associated equipment remotely into a remote area is fantastic. In fact, everything that would go in my plastic case, and probably even more, goes into this case. And go into the woods, hike down a trail, motorcycle off into someplace remote. Couldn't do that with the hard case. So in closing, I'd like to thank Ian and Lowepro for giving me the opportunity to try this fantastic bag out. It's worked really well for me. A few little quibbles, but other than that, that's it. Cheers.